And then there were, how many left? 3 now, Sammy? Is that what's left? 4? 3, 4, 5? I can't even remember anymore. The primary season is heating up, and so are we here at Cruiser Control. You know Sammy. My name's Stephen Kruiser. We're starting. Little Lord Stupid is already here. You know this better as Bashing Bashir.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah.
It's got a little 60s Playboy Mansion vibe there, doesn't it? Always looking to spice things up for you devoted Cruiser Control viewers. We decided to invite a guest Bashir Basher on this week. Say hello to South Carolina State Senator Larry Grooms.
Is this because you finally came to the conclusion of many that Rick Perry lacks an even rudimentary understanding of the world?
Well, I think Rick Perry's got a pretty good understanding of the world, but I don't
You think he has a good understanding of the Haqqani network in Afghanistan? He has a good understanding of Turkey as being an important member of NATO? You think he has a good understanding of Pakistan?
I think he's got a better understanding than maybe you.
Right there. Leading question. Yeah, lead me right over to you, Marty, so I can, boom, there you go. That's how that works. They love the leading questions over at MSNBC like that. And they're used to the lefties following them. They had one that wasn't a lefty, and that's what happens. I'm not condoning violence, but I'm just saying that makes a cool sound. The left media hasn't been attacking Mitt Romney much because they secretly want him to be President Obama's opponent in the general election. Now that there's talk of a 50-state primary sweep by Mittens, however, they're suddenly outraged by the fact that he is wealthy.
He wouldn't release it and wouldn't say when he might or would reconsider that. So, you know, you're right, Bob. If he had done it in New Hampshire, it would have done it a lot better than in South Carolina. He would have preempted.
But tax returns are a character issue. It tells you a lot about somebody, who they are, where their money comes from.
A commitment to faith and a belief in God means you're stupid, but tax returns are a character issue for the lefties all of a sudden. Bob Woodward, this is the sad thing about Bob Woodward. He may be one of the last real investigative journalists alive on the planet, and now he's participating in the demise of journalism by going on the air with these nut jobs. They're the nut jobs. Mika. Grab a tissue, you might get misty. It's another smackdown from our friend Chris Christie.
I hope that other people in the country understand, and I appreciate what you all have been doing when ignoramuses like Eugene Robinson get on your show and start saying the stuff that they say about weight, and someone should have a salad and take a walk. I mean, you know, as far as I'm concerned, guys like that shouldn't have a platform to speak because they're so ignorant.
Guess who is outraged about that this week? They weren't outraged about the fact that Eugene Robinson said that about fat people. They were outraged by that Christie said that. Oh, media matters, media-ite. Everybody was just, oh my God, somebody said something bad on MSNBC. That was the first thing they noticed that was over the top on MSNBC. And he was right. The reason Governor Christie said ignoramus is because he's a governor, and there's so many other words with harder consonants in them that he can't say on television. Tweets of the week, twitter.com/Stephen Kruiser. You follow me, I'll follow you back. More and more of you have been doing it. You're uploading avatars. You're engaging me in conversation. You still only have like 3 friends, but I'm one of them, so who cares, okay? Tweet number 1.
Bills are good. Bills are good.
This is about the Wikipedia blackout in protest of soap on Pippa. If it were run by conservatives, would Wikipedia be called racist for blacking out today? Of course it would, because it would be conservative, and everything conservatives do is racist. Hello, racism. How you doing? Racism. Can I lend you some money? Racism. Did you see that Mitt this week? Tossed out some money to a staffer or something that needed something, and he was suddenly racist for doing that, because it's all racism. Get used to it, embrace it, use the word more than they do, neutralizes it. You'll learn that if you follow me on Twitter. Tweet number 2.
So, does anybody want to play Parcheesi?
Parcheesi, which is still a funny word. Okay. Can we get an SFK sweater vest, please? Rocking the sweater vest is not an easy thing to do, and to date, not one human being alive has done it successfully, so I would have to say no. Tweet number 3.
That guy in a little coat.
Yeah, here, I'm going to be a facilitator for this, okay? Stephen Kruiser, can you get me a date with Jedediah Bila? No, I cannot. First of all, Jedediah is actually a trained ninja assassin. If she wants you, she'll take you, buddy, okay? She will show up in the middle of the night, grab you out of bed, and do whatever she pleases, and usually will involve beating you up with a loaf of Italian bread. That's her weapon of choice. She's deadly with a loaf of Italian bread. She wants you, she'll take you. That's Jedediah Bila, okay? Website, StephenKruiser.com. You guys have been sending a lot of good stuff lately, okay? You've been sending clips ideas. You've been bothering me. The bonus clips were there. They got on late last week. They will be there on time this week. There's a new post up there about the Tea Parties and Newt Gingrich, and maybe you should go read all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to be podcasting on Fridays again because it says we're shooting this on Thursdays. Everything's happening now, okay? And as always, when you comment, you win a wipe that we forgot to have in front of us. But we have the wipe. You know what they look like by now. Pretend I'm holding it. Pajamas. And then you get a signed copy of the script, okay? And then I come over to your house and I make a sandwich. It's nice. It's nice, okay? This week's comment winner. It's a rather lengthy comment, by the way. And there was some stuff in there that maybe we shouldn't have, but the salient points were in asterisk there. No pants, please. Stephen Kruiser 2012. Learning the art of the suck-up is essential if you want to win the comment of the week. Okay, there was all kinds of blah, blah, blah in there, but no pants, Stephen Kruiser 2012. That wins the wipe and the script, and the sandwich making, the aforementioned sandwich making. In a world of uncertainty and fears, Frank Luntz's hair will leap off the TV screen and attack us. Let us take comfort in the fact that each week will provide an entrant into the circle of dumb. A cruiser control favorite waddles into the circle this week and immediately slobbers all over those that have gone before him. That's right, kids. Your winner is... Chrissy Tingles, who, to his credit, is really stepping up his mindless race card garbage just as the primaries are heating up.
There were interesting aspects to that. Wasn't there some applause when he called him Juan? I mean, it's an interesting thing here. I mean, it's very clever. I mean, Newt's a very smart guy. He knows how to play an audience. There was a wonderful exchange between George Herbert Walker Bush and Pete DuPont one time where he answered a question to him, and he said, "Let me help you with that one, Pierre." Now, it is his name, and Juan is his name, but there's an interesting way it's used.
Interesting way it's used? You mean as his name? Because I watched the clip over and over again, and he does call him Juan. He pronounces it correctly. He doesn't use a condescending tone of voice. It's just Juan. Sammy, were you just offended when I call you Sammy? No. That was not in there? Sammy. If I say it like that, is that any different? Still your name. Okay. There's been this thing, one of the things that Matthews and everybody in MSNBC lately, they're looking for coded racism now. This is their new game. It's going to be, okay? They're not saying racism anymore. They're saying dog whistle for racism because two reasons. First of all, they have to pretend it's code because no actual racism is going on. And secondly, dog whistles are the method by which they're most familiar with getting dates. A stream of almost lunatic clarity flows between the banks of medicated compromise, and it's called the last piece of my mind. I'm going to tell you one more time. Every once in a while, 1 week it's negative, 1 week it's positive. Keep heart. Those of you who have candidates dropping out, take a look at the other candidates, see what you can do. Don't dismay. The world is not going to end if this election doesn't turn out the way you want it to. I promise, okay? We will wake up after the next election and everything will still be here, okay? We may have to work harder, we may have to fight harder, but a lot of people on the edge of the cliff the last couple of weeks. And I'm saying, back up, kids. Let's have a kegger, okay? Love you guys. See you next week. All right.